Hi, here we are going to see how to deploy a Python Django application in AWS Cloud. To deploy that, I'm going to launch a Ubuntu server instance in AWS, and we are going to use Nginx as the web server and Gunicon as WSGI interface to connect to Django application. To do that, I'm going to sign into AWS console. If you are a new user to AWS, you can register with AWS here. I have already created an AWS account, so I am signing in with my ID. Now I have signed into AWS Management Console. AWS provide elastic cloud computing using which we can create virtual machines in AWS Cloud. I'm clicking on EC2. So here we can see all the running servers. I have already one running server in AWS, that is why it is showing one running instance here. Now this is my running server. Okay, I'm going to create a new Ubuntu server. To do that, click on launch instance. Here you can see different server configurations. I'm planning to install our application in a Ubuntu server, so I'm going to create an Ubuntu VM in AWS. Select. Here we can see different configurations in Ubuntu server. So I want a free tier eligible instance, otherwise it will be charged. So I'm selecting this free tier eligible server. Preview and launch, and click on launch. This is the configuration of the server, and I'm launching that particular server. Okay. Now we are about to create an Ubuntu instance. If you want to connect to that Ubuntu instance, we need to do SSH, secure socket shell, okay, connections. For that we need a public key and private key. So we need to download the private key to our computer. So I'm going to download the private key generated by AWS to my computer. I'm providing the name as my AWS server key. We can provide any name you like. Okay. So download key pair. We are downloading the security key file to our computer. Then launch instance. Now we can see the message, your instances are now launching. This is the instance ID. Click on that. So the instance is running right now. Now we have a Ubuntu Linux Ubuntu virtual machine running in AWS data center in Mumbai. Okay. Now I want to connect to that particular Ubuntu Linux instance from my computer. I'm using a Mac operating system. So I'm going to connect from Mac computer to the Ubuntu server running in AWS data center. For doing that, I am opening a terminal. In the terminal, use a command called SSH to connect to the a remote server. So we can get that command from here. If you click on connect, AWS is providing some suggestions like we have downloaded one security private key, right? Access permission should be changed to 400. So I'm going to do that. I have downloaded that file in my download folder. CD download folder. This is my AWS server key. This is the file. Okay. To this file we need to change the permission. Chmod. Now we can use the command ssh-i path to the security key file and what instance we want to connect. We are doing a SSH to this particular AWS instance. Okay, are you sure you want to connect? Yes. Now we have connected to our Ubuntu instance in AWS. Using SSH we can connect to a remote system. Okay, so we could connect to that, and now I'm just checking whether we have a Python installed or not. Okay, so it is saying Python 3. Okay, right, Python 3 is there. Yes, we are getting Python shell, so it is using Python 3.8. so in this particular Ubuntu server we have Python already installed. Next we are going to see how to install Nginx web server in Ubuntu. Okay, to do that, first I am going to upgrade the apt package. Then sudo apt get install Nginx. Nginx is the one of the high performing web server in the market available today, so we are installing that. So Nginx, yes. So now we have installed Nginx. Nginx installed in etc/nginx. Okay, this is the folder Nginx get installed by default. Now we have to start the Nginx. To do that, sudo system control start Nginx. Now there we have a web server running. Now let's check this particular web server is listening to our request or not. To do that, this is the public DNS. Copy that, and in the port 80, so by default in the port 80 Nginx will be listening. Let's see, we are getting this site cannot be reached error. The reason is that server is not allowing to connect to the port 80. For that we need to do some security configuration in AWS. That is what we are going to do next. Okay, so this is the server that we are using. If you click on the server instance, here we can see security groups. Here we can see the inbound rules and outbound rules. If you click on this view inbound rules, currently only port 22 is opened, so we need to open port 80 for HTTP communication. For doing that, click on security, click on this launch wizard, click on security, click on this particular security group ID. Here we can see the inbound traffic allowed to this particular server. Edit inbound rules. Here we can add a rule. Here I am providing custom TCP. Here we can select what communication protocol we want to enable. I am saying custom TCP, and port number is 80. Source from anywhere. Okay, so click on anywhere and click save rules. Now port 80 is enabled for HTTP communication. Now try to hit our DNS. Now when we hit, we get this Nginx web page. Okay. I hope you got some idea. Okay, now we are seeing the web page of Nginx server here. Okay, The reason we open port 80 because if we open Nginx configuration cd /etc Nginx site enabled, here we can see a configuration file called default. I am opening that. Here we can see listen port 80. Nginx server is listening to port 80. That was not enabled in the system, so that is why it was getting blocked. Okay, now we enabled the port 80, so Nginx is able to handle request. Next we need to set up a virtual env and install the required library to run our Python Django project. For that, first we need to install pip. Okay, that is the Python package manager. For that we need to use sudo apt install python 3i-pip. Next we need to install virtual env apt install python 3-virtual env. Virtual env is used to create virtual Python environment for each and every project. Now we have installed pip and virtual env. Next we need to download the Django project we want to deploy in the server. I have already created one Django project and pushed that code into GitHub repository. This is one of my earlier tutorial about how to create RESTful web services using Django. That project I am going to deploy in AWS Cloud. I will provide GitHub repository of this particular project and the tutorial which I have created earlier for creating RESTful API in the description below. So we have our code in the Git repository. This particular code I want to clone into our Ubuntu server in AWS. For that, I am copying this URL and here I am going to create a directory. I am creating a directory, going to that particular directory. Here I am cloning our Django project from Git repository. So it has downloaded our source code from the GitHub. Okay. So this is our Django REST API. Fine. Yes, this is our Django project. Okay. We have now downloaded the source code, but we need to install Django REST framework and any other third-party libraries which we have used that need to be installed in this particular computer, right? For that we need to create a virtual env. We had installed virtual env. Now we are going to create a virtual env for our project. So I'm going back to this particular directory. Okay, so Django REST API. So here I'm creating a virtual env. To create virtual env, we can use the command virtual env. What is the name of the virtual env? I am providing venv, some folder name you like. Okay, now it is saying that virtual env created, right? Okay, fine. Now if we look at this particular folder, we can see a folder called venv. Okay, so we have created virtual env. This particular virtual env has to be activated. Okay, in order to activate a virtual env, we can use the command source venv. Inside venv we can see a folder called bin. Inside bin there is a script called activate. Okay, so we are activating that particular virtual env. We can see that here. Okay, now this particular virtual env got activated. Now we need to install libraries like Django, REST framework, etc. to this particular virtual env. Okay, we created a virtual env because if you want to deploy multiple projects in this particular server instance, we should isolate the required dependencies from another project. That is the reason why we create virtual envs. Otherwise, if two projects have different versions of a particular library, there are chances of collision if we install the packages globally in the system. Okay, Now we have to install the packages, right? So how do we install? We can do pip install Django. So we can install packages one by one, but that is not a good practice. So we have a requirement.txt file in this particular project. I have checked in a requirement.txt file. So here we can see what are all the required packages needed for our project. Okay, so if we do pip freeze command, we get this particular thing from the source project. Okay, so that is available here. Okay, now I want to install those libraries. For that we can use pip install -r. The requirement.txt file is inside this particular. Yes, okay, so we are installing the packages mentioned in this particular file, that is this file. Okay, these are the packages. Okay, now we are going to install the packages mentioned in the requirements.txt file to this particular virtualenv folder. Okay, now the pip command has installed all the packages from requirements.txt file. Here I have opened one of my previous tutorial about web server gateway interface. Here in our AWS instance we have installed a web server, that is Nginx, and we have a Python Django application. A web server like Nginx cannot directly communicate with Python Django project. We need to have an interface, that is actually WSGI, and we need to install some WSGI implementations in our server. I am going to install Gunicon in this demo. I am going to install Gunicon to connect between our web server and Django application. So here I am going to install Gunicon. To install Gunicon, pip install Gunicon. So that will install Gunicon in our virtualenv. So Gunicon got installed. Next we are going to start the Gunicon server. Okay. To start the Gunicon server, for that we can use Gunicon -bind. What is the IP address? 00, that is the default IP for the system. And what is the port number? Port number, I want to listen this particular Gunicon server to listen in port number 9090, and Gunicon has to connect to Django application. Django has to provide WSGI file, right? I am opening the project in the PyCharm editor. Here we can see a WSGI file, right? Here Django is exposing a callable object. So Gunicon can connect to this WSGI interface provided by Django to communicate with Django application. So we need to provide path to the WSGI file. So here I think Django REST API WSGI, right? So we need to provide, instead of slash we need to provide dot. This is the path. Okay, so it is giving some error. So actually we need to go inside. Currently I am in outside Django REST API. I'm going inside the Django REST API. I am going into Django REST API. Now executing the same command, Gunicon bind port. So we have no need to provide Django REST API. REST API dot WSGI dot, no need to provide the dot py here. Okay, Gunicon connect to Django with this particular WSGI interface provided by Django. Okay, now our Gunicon server is running. We can hit the Gunicon server listening in port number 9090. For doing that we need to enable the security configuration to listen to port 9090. So doing that we need to edit the inbound rules, add rules. If you provide 9090 from anywhere, save rules. Now if we hit our application using the domain, public domain of our instance and the port number, we are getting this particular error page. Good, actually we are able to connect to Django, and Django is saying that okay, this particular domain is not there in the allowed host. Okay, so we need to make some change in the settings.py to include this particular host. So I am just pressing Ctrl C to stop it. Okay. If you open the settings.py, in the source code we can see a allowed host, okay, from which IP addresses or DNS Django is listening for request. Okay, so that I'm going to change. I'm not changing in my local machine. I'm going to change directly in the source code in our AWS instance. ls cd rest API ls settings.py. This particular file I need to modify. Vi settings.py. Press I for insert mode, and here we can see, so here we need to provide the host, comma, we can provide one more IP address, that is 0.0.0.0. okay, escape colon wq. Now I have modified the settings.py. Now we need to start Gunicon again. So Gunicon is up and running. Now if you look at, we are going to hit that particular page again. Yes, now Django is providing what are all the endpoints available, slash API slash products. Yes, now we are getting Django REST frameworks testing page. Okay, so either we can use a Postman or Django REST API to test our endpoints. Now here I'm getting some data because already in our SQLite database we had some data, so those data is coming up, so things are working fine, and we need to do Nginx configuration next. Now we are able to connect to our Django application running in AWS through Gunicon. Directly hitting Gunicon is not a good practice, so we have to hit our application through Nginx. So we need to do some Nginx configuration. Nginx has to connect to Gunicon, so we have to do some configuration here in our Nginx server to communicate with Gunicon. So that is what we are going to do next. Okay, I am opening another terminal. So here I am going to connect to the AWS instance and going to cd slash etc nginx site enabled directory. Here we can see a configuration, default configuration. I'm opening that in a VA editor. Press I for insert mode. Inside this particular server configuration, server is listening on port 80, and here we can see location slash. Okay, I'm doing a simple configuration, so I'm just commenting this out for the time being. So whatever request coming to our Nginx web server, I want to route it through our Gunicon. Here I am providing some small configuration, proxy underscore pass http colon slash slash 0.0.0.0, that is the Gunicon instance running on the same host, and Gunicon is running on port number 9090, right? So this is where Gunicon is running, and Gunicon is bind to Django WSGI file. Okay, So that is the basic connections happening. Okay, so here Gunicon is connected to Django, and Gunicon is running on this particular port, and here this is the Nginx configuration, Nginx server configuration. Here we are providing a statement like proxy pass. So Nginx will act as a proxy for this particular URL, and here we need to provide a semicolon. Okay, now Nginx will route all the requests to Gunicon, and if you need only specific request, we can do like that also. For example, only app slash or whatever it is. Okay, so here we can provide, if the static content some location like that, we can do the configuration, different URL patterns, what are the configuration we can provide here. Okay, so I'm just, for the time being, I'm just providing all the requests, that means slash that all the request goes to the Gunicon, and Gunicon get that from our Django project. Okay, now save it, escape, colon WQ. After making Nginx configuration, restart the server, stop it. I'm stopping and starting it again. Now let's see. Now if I hit the public domain of the our Ubuntu instance, we are getting this URLs from Django provide slash API slash products. So we'll get product information. Okay, so if you want to test it using Postman, open the Postman. I'm just hitting that URL, so we are able to see that slash product slash one means we should get only specific product. Okay, so we are able to hit Django application through Nginx, and Nginx connect to this particular port where Gunicon is running, and Gunicon connect to Django application using the WSDI provided by Django. That is the way the all communication is happening. I hope you got some idea about how to deploy a Django application in an AWS instance. If you find this video useful, please subscribe my channel and share with your friends and colleagues. Thanks for watching.